Your company needs to deliver live video streaming for a global audience with minimal latency. Options: A. Use S3 for video storage, CloudFront for distribution, and Lambda for processing. B. Use MediaLive with Media Package for streaming and CloudFront for delivery. C. Use EC2 instances for video transcoding and RDS for metadata storage. D. Use Kinesis video streams with DynamoDB for metadata and S3 Glacier for archiving. Correct answer: B. Use MediaLive with Media Package for streaming and CloudFront for delivery. Explanation: MediaLive and Media Package handle live video processing and packaging for global delivery. CloudFront ensures low-latency content delivery worldwide. Why not other options? Option A. S3 and Lambda are not designed for live video streaming. Option C. EC2 adds significant operational complexity and doesn't scale automatically. Option D. Kinesis video streams is for IoT video ingestion, not live streaming for audiences. Your organization requires an automated solution to deploy infrastructure across multiple accounts and regions while maintaining compliance. Options: A. Use AWS CloudFormation stack sets. B. Use AWS Code Deploy with manual approval steps. C. Use EC2 instances with scripts to deploy resources. D. Use the AWS Management Console to create resources manually. Correct answer: A. Use AWS CloudFormation stack sets. Explanation: CloudFormation stack sets enables you to deploy and manage infrastructure as code across multiple accounts and regions. Why not other options? Option B. Code Deploy is for application deployment, not infrastructure. Option C. EC2 scripts introduce operational overhead and are error-prone. Option D. Manual creation is not scalable or compliant. Your marketing team wants to analyze clickstream data from a global e-commerce website. The solution must be able to handle petabytes of data. Options: A. Use Kinesis data streams for ingestion, Firehose for delivery to S3, and Redshift for analytics. B. Use SQS for ingestion, DynamoDB for storage, and QuickSight for visualization. C. Use RDS for storage and Glue for ETL jobs. D. Use EMR with HDFS for storage and Athena for querying. Correct answer: A. Use Kinesis data streams for ingestion, Firehose for delivery to S3, and Redshift for analytics. Explanation: Kinesis data streams ingests real-time data, Firehose delivers it to S3, and Redshift processes petabytes of data for analytics. Why not other options? Option B. SQS and DynamoDB are not suited for handling petabytes of analytics data. Option C. RDS cannot handle the scale of clickstream data. Option D. EMR with HDFS is more complex and costly compared to the Kinesis Firehose Redshift stack. Your company has a critical transactional database running on RDS MySQL in Region A. You are tasked with designing a cost-effective disaster recovery solution in Region B with an RTO of 1 hour and an RPO of 5 minutes. Options: A. Use RDS read replica in Region B. B. Enable RDS multi-AZ deployment across regions. C. Take manual snapshots and restore them in Region B when needed. D. Use AWS Database Migration Service, DMS, with a continuous replication task to Region B. Correct answer: D. Use AWS Database Migration Service, DMS, with a continuous replication task to Region B. Explanation: DMS provides continuous replication for cross-region disaster recovery. It can meet the RPO of 5 minutes while being more cost-effective than other options. Why not other options? Option A. RDS read replicas are read-only, and promoting them adds downtime, which might exceed the 1-hour RTO. Option B. RDS multi-AZ does not support cross-region deployments. Option C. Manual snapshots are slow to restore and exceed both the RTO and RPO requirements. Your organization plans to host a static website for a marketing campaign. The website must handle millions of requests during peak traffic and operate at the lowest cost possible. Options: A. Use EC2 instances with an ALB, application load balancer. B. Use S3 with CloudFront and enable S3 transfer acceleration. C. Use an auto-scaling group of EC2 instances with a network load balancer, NLB. D. Use Elastic Beanstalk with an ALB. Correct answer, B. Use S3 with CloudFront and enable S3 transfer acceleration. Explanation: S3 is cost-effective for static content hosting, and CloudFront optimizes delivery by caching content at edge locations. Transfer acceleration can reduce latency for global users. Why not other options? Option A, EC2 and ALB are costly and unnecessary for static websites. Option C, using EC2 instances and NLB for static websites is not cost-effective or scalable. Option D, Elastic Beanstalk adds unnecessary complexity and cost for static websites. Two AWS accounts need to share sensitive data stored in an S3 bucket while ensuring the least privilege principle. The data must not leave AWS. Options: A. Use S3 bucket policies to grant access to the other account's IAM users. B. Use S3 cross-account access with an IAM role and assume role API. C. Copy the data to the other account using AWS Data Sync. D. Use S3 pre-signed URLs to share the data. Correct answer: B. Use S3 cross-account access with an IAM role and assume role API. Explanation: IAM roles allow secure, controlled, and auditable cross-account access. Assume role API ensures data access is temporary and based on permissions. Why not other options? Option A, bucket policies can work but are less secure and harder to manage than IAM roles. Option C, data sync unnecessarily copies data, increasing cost and complexity. Option D, pre-signed URLs are temporary and not suitable for ongoing access between accounts. You need to design a real-time analytics pipeline for IoT sensor data. The solution must support ingestion, processing, and near real-time visualization. Options: A. Use Kinesis data streams for ingestion, Kinesis data analytics for processing, and QuickSight for visualization. B. Use S3 for ingestion, Glue for processing, and Athena for querying. C. Use DynamoDB streams for ingestion, Lambda for processing, and RDS for storage. D. Use EC2 instances for ingestion, Spark on EMR for processing, and Tableau for visualization. Correct answer: A. Use Kinesis data streams for ingestion, Kinesis data analytics for processing, and QuickSight for visualization. Explanation: Kinesis data streams is optimized for real-time ingestion, Kinesis data analytics processes streaming data, and QuickSight provides near real-time visualization. Why not other options? Option B, S3 and Glue are not designed for real-time analytics, they are batch-oriented. Option C, DynamoDB streams is not ideal for high-volume IoT data ingestion. Option D, EC2 and EMR add operational complexity and cost. Your application uses multiple microservices running in ECS. Each microservice needs access to unique database credentials securely. Options: A. Store credentials in S3 with encryption and restrict access using IAM. B. Use Secrets Manager to store and rotate credentials. C. Use Systems Manager Parameter Store without encryption. D. Embed credentials in the ECS task definition environment variables. Correct answer: B. Use Secrets Manager to store and rotate credentials. Explanation: Secrets Manager provides secure storage, automatic rotation, and auditing for secrets, ideal for microservices needing unique credentials. Why not other options? Option A, storing secrets in S3 is not recommended as it lacks rotation and direct integration with services. Option C, parameter store without encryption is insecure for sensitive credentials. Option D, embedding credentials in task definitions is insecure and violates best practices. You are tasked with deploying a multi-tier web application. The application must have high availability across two availability zones. Options: A. Deploy the application on EC2 instances in a single availability zone with an ELB. B. Use ECS with Fargate across two availability zones and an ALB. C. Use Lambda for the application logic and S3 for the frontend. D. Use elastic beanstalk in a single availability zone with an RDS instance. Correct answer, B. Use ECS with Fargate across 2 availability zones and an ALB. Explanation: ECS with Fargate simplifies container management and scales across multiple AZs. An ALB ensures traffic is distributed for high availability. Why not other options? Option A. A single AZ cannot provide high availability. Option C. Lambda and S3 are not suitable for complex multi-tier applications. Option D. Elastic beanstalk in a single AZ lacks high availability. Your company has implemented a data lake on Amazon S3. Multiple teams need controlled access to different datasets in the data lake. You must enforce security and manage granular access controls while ensuring minimal operational overhead. Options: A. Use IAM policies attached to individual users to grant access to datasets. B. Use S3 bucket policies to control access for each team. C. Use lake formation to set up fine-grained access control on the data lake. D. Use CloudFront with signed URLs to provide access to datasets. Correct answer: C. Use lake formation to set up fine-grained access control on the data lake. Explanation: Lake formation simplifies data lake access management with fine-grained permissions and integration with IAM, ensuring secure and scalable access. Why not other options? Option A. IAM policies for individual users are harder to manage and less scalable for large teams. Option B. S3 bucket policies cannot enforce fine-grained access to specific rows or columns in datasets. Option D. CloudFront with signed URLs is not suitable for complex access control in a data lake.